word to the wise, when you're doing a movie review or anything that involves your voice, make sure you make sure your microphone isn't on mute. So yeah, I did half this review already with no sound. Oh well, we're a professional bunch here at the household. But yes, here we are. Alright, A Bigger Splash is a 2015 psychological drama. Directed by Luca Guadagnino, written by David Kaganich. Shit, I hope I got that name right. Starring Tilda Swinton, Ray Fiennes, Dakota Johnson, and Matthias Schoenaerts. Sorry, Matthias. Great actor. I don't know how to pronounce your surname. You think I'd research this? Hell no. So the general gist of this movie is there's a rock star played by Tilda Swinton, and she lives with her boyfriend, played by Matthias, in a villa in Sicily. And Ray Fiennes is Tilda's old flame. He decides to gate crash and bring along his daughter, which he just found out he had. And from there, complications ensue, sort of. This is a weird movie for me to review because I don't really watch drama movies. You know, I usually tend to watch movies where, well, it's going to sound bad, but, you know, things happen, like action or horror or this space shit. You know, that kind of stuff. I don't usually watch relationship dramas. It's just not what I watch. The reason I watch this, though, is all the people involved. Luca, David, Tilda, and Dakota. If you've watched any of these reviews, you'll know that my favorite movie that I've reviewed since I started doing these is Suspiria 2018. I'll put it in a link at the end. You'll have a little box. You know, give that a clicky and a watch. So on the strength of that, I went back to 2015, 3 years prior to that movie, for A Bigger Splash. I knew it would be apples and oranges because I know Luca's only done one horror movie, and the rest are all, I guess, these kind of weird slice of life flicks. But I just had to. Like those 4 on another project. I just had to see it. I had to know. And I was surprised. In a similar way, I was surprised when I watched Inside Out. So Inside Out, as you know, is a 3D animated movie, and I don't like the art style of 3D animated movies. Often they tend to look kind of soulless and boring to me, rather than a more hand-drawn, creative-looking art style. But the story and the characters in that won me over, to the point where I gave that a 9. So I don't watch slice of life dramas. And yet, this one, I was really engaged by it. It's bang, bang, bang. I was really engaged by it. It's very absorbing. It's hard to really go into it without going into spoiler territory. And I'm like, how do you spoil a relationship drama? I'm like, yeah, it's complicated. There it is. So let's just go with the performances. They're all fantastic. Tilda Swinton's this rock star who's had some kind of throat surgery, so she can't really talk for the entire film, except in a few of the occasional flashbacks. So it's just whispering and all this kind of stuff when she can. In fact, she sounds like Marcos in Suspiria, which I found amusing. But you get over that pretty quick, and you get really into her character. I guess you can't just play a normal character. She has to challenge herself in some way in her movies, and good on her. Like someone who likes to push themselves, I guess, to try something new. She was great. Ray Fiennes gets most of the dialogue in this flick. He's this non-stop, energetic, kind of chatty, charismatic kind of guy that just won't let up. He's fun. He's intense. He's a tiny bit creepy, but not a bad way. But he's always interesting. You can't really take your eyes off him, which is kind of weird because I didn't really want to see his wiener, but there you go. If you like nudity in this movie, I guess all the characters get kind of naked, so there is that. But this movie has a tendency, whilst to be sexy, also to be at times uncomfortably sexy, and I don't want to go into that either. You'll have to watch the movie, not in a forced, non-consensual kind of way. Never like that. But in terms of very weird ways. Yeah. Oh well, it's just like I'm Ray Fiennes. I'm going to go for a skinny dip in this pool. Strips off, dives in, and across from the other pool reading a book is Dakota Johnson, who's supposed to be her daughter. That just weird shit like that. But this guy's high energy, kind of oblivious to kind of social norms and shit like that. In fact, they all are in their own way. They're all a bit damaged. They all have something, I guess, to hide. And I guess it all builds up. There's a point in this movie where things take a dark turn. You'll know it when you see it. Watched this with my wife and sister. That was the moment where they were like, yeah, I don't know about this now. Whereas I was like, oh, that took balls. Where are you going to go with it from here? And that's the last half hour of the movie. And I quite liked it too. So from beginning to end, I was engaged. Really liked the characters, the music, the setting. It's just everything about them being vague on plot points and stuff. I kind of don't know how to cover a bloody relationship drama. Yeah, it's not my bag usually, but I found this very engaging and a really nice change of pace. It's funny, it's uncomfortable, it's emotional, and it kind of worked. Now, if you're into these kinds of movies, it is like Suspiria in a way where if you go back and rewatch it, you're going to pick up a lot of different kind of stuff, different kind of things. Because there's reveals that happen in the movie, and then you'll go back and you'll watch it with those in mind, and you'll be like, oh, interesting. So it's definitely one that you can watch a couple times if you like it. It's not as long as Suspiria either. It's only 2 hours long, but not quite as good. But still, I'm going to give A Bigger Splash, a movie that isn't in my wheelhouse, a 9. I like these 4 people working on flicks together. In fact, if Luca, David, Tilda, and Dakota want to jump back on board for another project, I don't give a fuck what genre it is. Just do it. Hook it up to my veins. I've given one of your movies a 10, and this one gets a 9. And, yeah. Is what it is, isn't it? Alright, give me a like, dislike, share, and subscribe. All that malarkey. Tweety links down below. All that stuff too. See you next time. Oh, I'll even tell you what's next. It'll take me a couple days, because I've got to find the time to watch it. But next movie, Outland. Unless my ADHD kicks in. Then it's something else. But so far it's Outland. So let's do the thing with the thingy. Yeah. You know what? I'll just put it up here. They can go and sit together like they're at the top. Check it out.